Your 10 there. 1, fully stretch. Thank you. Back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, thank you very much. Okay, from the other leg now, another 10. Please, I want you to stretch your leg very well at the back. You feel it at the hamstring. You are feeling at the thighs as well. You feel it at the calf and the toes pointing straight. You can see his toes pointing straight at the back. Okay, you bring it down. All right, back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me just correct the mistake from these activities there. By the time he takes his leg out, he's bringing the knees back to the floor. Down, 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 down. Just bring it down, down, down. The knees on the floor, back. The knees on the floor. So this time around, when you take it out, you are not bringing the knees back to the floor. The knee halfway without getting to the floor. You hang it there and you bring it back. Okay, let me have that now. 1. Thank you. So your leg fully stretched at the back. Fully stretched. Thank you. 3. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. From there, we change to the other leg. You can see how we stretch it out. We are getting rid of the fat at the gluten here, the fat at the buttock, the fat at the thighs, the fat at the hamstring, the fat at the calf, and the fat in the lower in our legs. So that's what we're trying to do this morning. Okay, are you counting? How many now? 5, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, thank you very much. How was that? Are you feeling it at all? Are you feeling it at the top, at the half? Yeah. Okay, you should feel it. You are doing it very well. I know you well. You got to feel it very well. This time around, same exercise, but a little bit modification to it. Same exercise, I call it, but a little bit modification to it. Now we are going to stretch your left leg back. Now you stretch your right hand. Fully stretch at the back. You look up. All right. How was that? Please, I want you to try that as well at home. Get on your mat, your knees on the floor, 2 palms there. Stretch your right leg and the left hands out there. Okay, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, thank you very much. Now you change. Fully out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Thank you very much. You can see the leg pointing straight and the hand wall fully stretched at the front there. Okay, we got it one more time. Out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, from the other side, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you very much. Now with this, you are also getting the balance fitness as well. That's another component in fitness, your balance. Many cannot even get it. When you stretch it out this way, they tend to be shaking. No, that's not good for you and me. Stretch it out, get your balance. You have to maintain your balance. You can see my legs pointing straight and the hands out there. So my dear brother, this time around, we're going to alternate the hands and the legs together. You get it this way. 1, change, 2, like that. Okay, let's go. 1, you can see the balance. All right, you start it all over again. You get your balance. 2, thank you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go. That's it. That's it. You can get as many 10. This is another 10 now. We've gotten like 3 10s now. Now make it 30. And we're going to 60 this time around. Now I told you we have to step it all a little bit. We can't continue to be getting 10, 10, 5, 5 at the same time again. No. We are stepping up. We are getting improved fitness. So we need to step up the exercise as well. Okay, now we've got 30 from the 60. Now we are looking for the last 30. Now let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright? So that makes it 40. I told you we are looking for 60. Okay? The The next 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, 50. Okay, the last 10. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. All right, that's good. So you can see now we've gotten 60 abdominal walk. Okay, all right, stand up. Stand up. Thank you very much. How was that? Where are you feeling it? Just let them know. Where are you feeling it?
The lower back.
The lower back.
This side.
Okay, the lower abdominal.
Yeah.
Okay. Your bicep and tricep there. Where again? You're not feeling it there?
I think so.
That's what I want you to know. Thank you very much. It's good for you. Alright. Viewers at home, I want you to repeat this as many as you can. You don't force yourself. When you're tired, you pause, you breathe in from the nose, out from your mouth, and then you rest by 20-30 seconds. It's okay for you, and make sure you get back to it, please. And if you're feeling uncomfortable with it, you have to stop for today. Please. Tomorrow is another day. You can join us in doing the exercise. All right, from here, let me lead this. You can see still on the floor walk today. Okay. All right. I want to know if you can go to do this. All right, I'm up. You can see. All right, you can get your mat. Get the mat there. If you don't know it on the floor, don't get your mat. You know what I'm waiting for you. You can get your mat as well. Or if you have a small mattress that you can use it as well. Just make sure you make yourself comfortable and you're putting on nice sports clothing. Your canvas and your shirt or your short like this. So that will make you more comfortable. All right, up. So when you come up, you bring your knees to the elbow there. Back. You change it up. Thank you. Now we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That. Good. It's good for you and me. Okay. My friend, my daddy, my uncle, my sister, my brother at home, I tell you, good health doesn't just come to you. Good body doesn't just come to you. You have to encourage yourself, you motivate yourself, you keep on joining Keep It program every morning, and I bet it we are going to get better body and sound mind as well. Okay, thank you. Are you counting there? Yes. Okay. 9, 20. Okay, from there we're moving to this. You come up, you bring the 2 legs to yourself. 1, right, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so that's another 10 of another different kind of floor routine. Okay, all right, before we go today, let me just give you this. All right, the 2 legs up. So now we're bringing the fingers to the toes there. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's keep it. It's good for me and you. Thank you for joining us. Join us tomorrow on the same program, same time, and on same TV. Thank you very much. We love you.
I'm excited to welcome you to this wonderful moment of inspiration. My name is Olasode Oladapo, and last week we began to have a beautiful time. I believe that this week we would have another wonderful 5 minutes, and at the end of the day you will be encouraged, inspired, and motivated to take the next step to your journey to greatness. To move further from last week, I want you to get a mirror and make sure you are comfortably seated while we're at it. Thank you for obliging me. Now I want you to take a long gaze at the mirror and memorize the image that you're seeing. You see, I'm saying this because I want to say some extremely important things about the image in the mirror, and I don't want you to miss a word of it. Are we ready? Thank you very much. You see, the person you are gazing at in the mirror, which is you, is the most perfect and most beautiful example of creation. The person you see in the mirror is the best thing that ever happened to humanity. Let me say it this way for those who believe in God. You are looking at the most perfect, complete, and unblemished image of God. By now, some of you are thinking, is this guy serious? Yeah, I'm talking about you, and I'm dead serious. I mean every word of it. In fact, if you were never born, the world will not recover from the loss. There is something unique about you, and in that thing lies the salvation of the world. I know you're thinking about your flaws right now, but my friend, greatness is not the absence of flaws. Rather, it is beauty and productivity despite flaws. Every great man that have ever lived on earth, every great man that ever walked this sphere of life came with one flaw or the other. And they didn't let that flaw hold them back from doing the things they need to do to achieve greatness. Greatness is also growth based on improvement on flaws. So the fact that you have a flaw does not disqualify you from greatness. It just means that despite your flaws, you can be great if you continually work on your flaws and get better every day. So greatness is beauty and productivity despite your flaws, one. Greatness is also growth based on improvement on flaws, two. Also, you may be doubting due to your numerous challenges, but I tell you that your challenges are mere opportunities to express the greatness within you. Except a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it abides alone. Challenges, temptations, strife, tough times, they serve as the breeding ground for great men. You may have failed before. I tell you, failure is just but a minor hitch on the long journey to greatness. Remember, we've been saying that greatness is a journey, and this journey is a marathon. It is not a sprint. So when you have minor hitches, when you have challenges, it doesn't mean the journey is ending. It means that the journey can continue despite your challenges. Even if you are falling, never forget that there is no glory except in rising where one has previously fallen. As amazing and far-fetched as these statements are, they are true concerning you. However, you need to fight to maintain these truths in your heart. You need to fight in your heart to keep believing these truths regardless of your present circumstances. This is because these truths provide you power to understand, celebrate, and maximize your uniqueness. Thus, you are able to unleash the uncommon flavor of greatness within you. Many cut short their journeys to greatness by comparing themselves with other people. Worse still, other people compare themselves with societal standards and give up because to them they fall short of these standards. My dear friend, I want to tell you, don't fall for this trap. That no one has done it before does not mean it's impossible. That the world has not seen it before does not mean it doesn't exist. I want to tell you something I don't want you to forget. The only real limit to your greatness lies in what you believe. Never forget, you are a masterpiece. Break off every mental limit today. Go ahead and do the impossible because you can. I'm glad that I've been able to come to you, and I believe that this message has inspired you to do the impossible. So till I come your way next week, I want to say a big thank you to our producers, and I want to say never forget, you are meant for the top. Thank you.
Digestive health, a healthy immune system, and a reduction to this guest segment of our program. The program is AM Cafe, and today is Wednesday, and this is Ocean State Broadcasting Corporation reaching you from our studios in Iliawi, Okebale, Oshobo. It's never too late to say congratulations one more time to the government and people of Ocean State, more so when we are having the Chief Press Secretary to Mr. Governor in the studio. Ocean was 31 last Saturday.
Yeah.
And we say a very big congratulations to our state.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to all of us.
Congratulations, sir. So, as Ocean is growing, there's so many things that has been unfolding, development here and there. But there are certain areas where we think we should do more, and this is going to be our focus on this program today. The area we'll be mentioning is street trading, and the government is very much concerned about the life of our people. And on Wednesday, the government came up with a decision on this. Before we go further, let me just mention my name. My name is Olasukomi Oyebayo. Your name?
Good morning, my name is Joya Kinola. Thank you for joining us again this morning.
And our guest, like I mentioned earlier, is the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Abia State, Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola. The Chief Press Secretary is Mr. Ismail Omikido. It's a pleasure having you in the studio.
Pedro Ismail, good morning.
You're welcome. Like I said, Osun is developing, growing every day, and it's like we need more markets. Because we woke up last Wednesday to start hearing that the State Executive Council met and took a decision that street trading must be banned with immediate effect in the state. And that there is a special task force set up to visit all the market and arrest and prosecute those that violate this law. So, we want you to please throw more light and to our viewers out there to know what they should know concerning these developments.
Thank you very much. Let me start this way. When we came in, we started off with a comprehensive reform of our various markets.
Yes.
And the reforms included rebuilding of some markets that were, gotten by fire. As I speak to you, the Atakumosa market, which was burnt in 2015, it's the first phase. It's about 80%
completed.
Completed. We'll also be looking at Odogbe market, Ikiron market, and the Dagbolo International market, for example. Work is ongoing there, and we believe very strongly that once that place is also completed, it will also reduce drastically the over-concentration of some of our markets in the areas that will have them today.
Okay.
If you noticed very well, before this enforcement, let me say with all sense of modesty that street banning, street trading has always been a thing that was outlawed in the state. What we just did was to give more teeth to
the existing law.
Law and policy.
Okay.
And I tell you, if you go to Igbono market today, if you go to Owode market, you realize that what we have today, it's quite different from what it was before the enforcement. Okay. Sanity is being restored. I was telling a colleague of mine just yesterday, we were going to Odomu.
Okay.
I had a lecture to deliver to some students of a private college of education in Odium yesterday, and as we were going, I was telling them that until about 4 days ago, I never knew there was a barricade in Owode Market. I didn't know, because most times when you are passing, what you see is traders on the two shoulders of the road, virtually blocking everywhere. So yesterday I was telling them that until 4 days ago, when I saw those barricades, I never knew they ever existed, and I was there the last market before the last market, and I realized that there is a free flow, of traffic, contrary to what we normally experience, on that road, especially, on market days. And so I want to continue to appeal to our mothers, especially, and all other traders, to please cooperate with us, that we are doing all this for their own good, and for the good of, every other citizen of the state.
Okay, sir.
All right, thank you, sir, for that answer. Now, it's a different ball game when people are being moved away from where they are formerly selling and having all their things. And some of them have been saying that the spaces being created are not enough, and that's why they would prefer rather to sell
into the road
and sell at the.
Well, I don't think that is correct. If you, for example, okay, if we take, assuming without considering that assertion is correct, so where are they selling today that we have moved them away from the road?
And no extra space provided?
No extra space that was provided, and they are still selling. You see, the thing is, human beings generally, it's not peculiar to Osun. I must say this with a sense of modesty. When I was the regional editor for the Sun newspapers, my office is domiciled in Kaduna, but I had the responsibility of overseeing virtually all the northern states. Now, most times, if I'm going to Katsina or I'm going to Zamfara, there are markets that they practically sell on the express. Practically on the express. So it's not peculiar to Osun. I think human beings generally believe, especially those sellers, believe that if they don't display their wares on the road, the motorists, especially that they are trying to, catch, they will not see.
Okay.
That's the truth. It has nothing to do with the fact that there are not enough spaces. That is not correct.
Okay, so at the moment, the ban has been on for 7 days. 7 days now.
And it will continue forever.
And it will continue. Okay. We heard that from you that it will continue forever.
It will continue
so
until sanity is restored.
Okay.
Until sanity is restored.
Yeah.
So now, what is the plan for the people? I mean, so many people selling at that roadside probably don't have shops.
Well, like I told you, we have a comprehensive market reform agenda.
Okay.
And we are a government that don't bite more than we can chew at a go. We are taking them gradually.
Okay.
And I tell you that by the time we are done with all the phases of our reform, some of those markets will be moved, and those who believe that they don't have enough space today will have more than enough spaces, to operate,
okay.
And even do their trade. Like I told you, at Akumosa market, it's 80% completed. Once we do that, we move to, other areas. It's a gradual thing, and we are taking them
step by
one
step
after the other.
Okay, sir. Now let me start from Ikirun. Ikirun market, Alamisi market is on the road. Oshobo here, Igbono is on the road. Now, Owode is on the road. Let's branch a bit to Alekuwodo, partially almost on the road. Shekono is on the road. Odiomu on the road. Now, the government, even before you, made some efforts at relocating some of these markets. One of such is the Shopako at Alekuwodo to somewhere along the road. And the foodstuff part of the road to Awusuru. But up till now, it's only Shopako people that have moved. The foodstuff people are still there at Alekuwodo. What is stopping us from enforcing this policy? There was a time the entire place was cleared, there are barricades installed, everything getting ready.
Well, let me say again that there is nothing in the existing market policy that we have tampered with. If anything, all we are doing is to reform it and further make it people friendly.
Okay.
I'm aware that even before we came in, some of those markets,
were relocated.
And just like you also observed, even for instance, if you go to the Aigbaju market, for example, it's not been properly occupied the way it ought to be. There are a few issues around that, and if you come in as a government, you must take your time to look at what
is on ground,
and see how you can make it work better for the people. No relocation has been halted by our government. If anything, we will do anything and everything to ensure that what is desirable and what is proper is being done as far as that is concerned. Historically speaking, issue of market relocation in Osun, it started with the military.
Okay.
If the military find it very difficult, in spite of their marching orders, in spite of their horse and whip kind of governance, if they have not been able to relocate all these people, you know that it will be a bigger challenge for a government that respects human rights, that respects the rule of law. What I would say is that we have started, and I believe very strongly that at the appropriate time we will complete the process. We will not take everything
at a time.
At a time. We will take them one after the other. And like I told you in my opening remarks, the Dagbolo International Market is strategically located, and I believe very strongly that by the time we are done with the construction there, a lot of people will move there, and most of these issues we are raising will no longer be there.
Okay. Now I want to talk in line with that Dagbolo that you just mentioned. The Ajay International Market, that's the area where we normally have the trade fair. And there's so many stores there.
Since we came in, we have had at least about 3 or
3 years. Yes. Now, what stops us from operating it on daily or weekly basis? And when it is time for a bigger trade fair, we go there as well.
As a matter of fact, we deliberately do trade fair there to attract businessmen and women to the place, to let them know that there is a place they can still use. And if you go there, it's a gradual thing. If you go there today, the number of persons trading there, have increased from what it was before.
Yes,
it's a gradual thing. You see, one thing about human beings, once they are used to a particular place, moving them from that place is usually very, very challenging. It's usually very, very challenging. But you must make them see reason why they have to move. And that is what we are doing. It's a gradual thing.
Okay.
Rome was not built in
In
a
a
day.
day. So,
We met them when we came in.
Yes.
And so, I mean, if the last administration that spent 8 years before us couldn't, you know,
move them in there.
even move some of those we have moved within
The space of 4 years now.
that we have come. I mean,
Okay. Okay.
we should be commended for the little effort we are making, and I believe very strongly that this time the process will be completed. It's a gradual thing.
Yeah. Now, when Naibaju markets came up and people were asked to come and buy stuff there, we were told then that the price there is on the high side. Is it still on the high side?
Well, usually I try as much as possible to refuse to dabble into, issues that especially were somewhat controversial before we came in.
Okay.
I'm sure nobody will accuse us of either hiking the fare since we came in or doing anything to cause further pain, on those who are operating the place. So I wouldn't want to dwell on that.
Okay.
As a government, what we normally do is that, what we did when we came in was to draw a line from what we met
And you started your own.
and just move on, and I think so far we have not disappointed. Like my principal said when he was wishing the citizens of Osun 31st anniversary of the creation, that so far we haven't disappointed. And I say it again, that if you look at the promises we made when we came in, if you look at the challenges that eroded our government in 2018, you agree with me that we have done tremendously well in addressing some of those challenges, if not all of them, and is also fulfilling most of the promises we made. And for me, I think there's no how you write the history of Osun that you won't give my principal Adegbo is deserved a place as far as the growth and development of
engineering of the state is concerned. Yeah. We cannot but mention the story that happened on the 19th at Owode Market, when the wife of the governor convoy was attacked by people there. You want to let us into this?
Well, the case is in court.
Yes.
And usually once a case is in court, you, even though I'm not a lawyer, but as a journalist who is well schooled in the media law and ethics, I try as much as possible not to offend the sensibility of the court, so as not to be, charged for contempt or talk about what lawyers call prejudice. However, you can also discuss what is already in public domain, especially as the matter is concerned. We all were shocked, at what transpired, and from our findings, it was clear that some hoodlums were trying to hide under the grillock, in that area to cause unnecessary, havoc. There has been a lot of lies about what transpired. For example, a PDP chieftain claimed that the driver of the truck that blocked
the road,
the passage, of the convoy, that the driver is dead. And when he was challenged, because it was the same driver who moved the truck from the road, is it possible for a dead man to
drive a car?
And when he was challenged to say that we were willing to accompany him to pay a condolence visit, to the families of the driver, he came out later to apologize for misleading
the public.
The public. If you look at the activities of the opposition party from before the election, during the election, and after the election, you will know that these people are a set of people that may likely not change their behavior anytime soon. Ordinarily, on the day of Sunday, when the results were being announced, I'm sure members of the APC should ordinarily be the ones to be angry. But instead of that, they were the ones destroying our billboards. They were the ones, attacking our people. In fact, they attacked the serving commissioner, broke into his home, destroyed his vehicle. I mean, so I say it with all sense of modesty that these people, their penchant for violence is legendary. And because we have kept a clean slate as far as the state is concerned in the last 4 years, we didn't want anything that will tamper with our enviable status as the most peaceful state in the country. And that was why we decided that, okay, if you are trying to hide under the gulag around this area, because it's not possible for people to just begin to throw stones, throw pebbles, and use the dangerous weapon at a convoy if it was not something that was pre-planned, if it wasn't something that was premeditated.
Sir, somebody mentioned somewhere that the wife of the governor never bought form, never campaigned or asked to be voted for. Why attacking a convoy? And there are insinuations that these are political talks.
Well, I'm sure that is the same. If you say because it's the wife of the governor, he didn't buy from. Did the commissioner that was attacked, did he buy from?
That's what I'm saying.
Who attacked him? It was clear. It was PDP that attacked him. It was clear. The commissioner for lands. It's very clear.
We learned some people have been arrested now.
That is why I said, because the matter is important, I wouldn't want to
go further on this.
Dwell too much on
okay.
on it. But I mean, it's clear that the attack was premeditated, and for whatever it was worth, the people we are dealing with are people that thrive on propaganda and lies. I've had cause to challenge them before. I had a very heated debate with the chairman of their transition committee, one Dr. Ladimeji, and I put it to him, pointedly, that they were lying about all the things they were saying. And when the anchor of that program asked him pertaining to evidence, regarding some of the claims they made, the next thing he said was that he was not the one who signed the statement, and he has not spoken with the spokesperson of the governor-elect who signed the statement. And I said, okay, if you have no idea about what you are talking about, you shouldn't have even come forward to talk about it in the first instance. So they will say all sorts of things, but the truth will always prevail anytime, any day. She may not have been elected, but for crying out loud, she's the wife of the governor, and whatever respect we accord the governor should be extended. Should be extended to her, and it's not peculiar to our state here. It's all over. But again, if you look at the way we have operated here, you will agree with me that we are very, very responsible with power and authority. Go to other states. I tell people, if we were the type that were desperate for power, the peaceful atmosphere that irradiated the July 16 election would not have been there. You have been around, even if you have not witnessed election in other states, you have read about it. You know how the
it was unprecedented. What happened there before July 16?
We didn't do any of that. So And it's a reflection of the personality and character of my principal.
Okay.
Simple as that.
You will allow us the permission to place, let's switch over to Yoruba language, because most of the people concerned in this situation are non-speaker of English language. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tí ẹ wà nílé, ohun tí à ń sọ láàárọ̀ tàbí àlejò wa ni ẹni tó jẹ́ akọ̀wé ìròyìn fún gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ismail Omipidan. Àwọn nọ́ńdà ìbéèrè wa lónìí ní ọjọ́ tó kọjá òun ni ìjọba kéde pé ọjà títà lójú pópó ó ti di èèwọ̀ báyìí, pé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n sì ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ikọ̀ àmúṣẹ́yà kan tí yóò máa mú àwọn tí wọ́n bá rí tó ń ta ọjà lójú pópó tí wọ́n á sì máa gbé wọn lọ sí ilé ẹjọ́. Àwọn ìbéèrè wọ̀nyí ó ní à ń béèrè lónìí. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí akínkàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí.
Ẹ ṣé, mo kí gbogbo àwọn ará ilé náà pé a kú ojúmọ́.
Mo sì kí yín náà lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé a kú oríire ìdásílẹ̀ ọdún 21 ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Ọ̀ṣun ti kúrò níbi tó wà ní ọgbọ̀n ọdún sẹ́yìn báyìí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ lágbára adúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run wípé bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé àwọn afọ́jú mi wọ́n làwọn ò rí nǹkan kan tí tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́ṣun látìgbà tí wọ́n dá ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun kalẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ mọ́ bírú wọn, mo ní tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá rí nǹkan kan bí aṣáàmọ́ bí Ọ̀ṣun ṣe rí nígbà tí wọ́n dá kalẹ̀, ṣé iye títì tó wà nígbà tí wọ́n dá kalẹ̀
ẹ jẹ́ kí mi ó sọ̀kan fún wa.
ṣé iye rẹ̀ náà láṣì níbà ilé ìwòsàn bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti rí kankan afárá
ọláyà ìgbà táwọn náà múra sí àti ṣayẹyẹ yẹn a lọ sínú àwọn ibi tá a kó nǹkan pamọ́ sí, a mú fídíò ìgbà tí ọ̀gágun Àdìsá tó síwájú alákòóso bí wá sí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, ìgbà tí alákòóso máa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ ibi tó ń jókòó bí eléyìí ẹnìkan tó jókòó sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wọn orí tébù tó ti ń kàròyìn náà gan bí èèyàn bíi 2-3 ló tó wà ń bẹ àríkà. This is a very big departure from what it used to be, and adẹ kí gbogbo àwọn tó ti ṣèjọba bí náà bákan náà là ń ké gómìnà wa tó wà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí, Olúwa fún yín ṣe. N tó sì fa pé kẹ́ ẹ wá sórí ètò lónìí ó ní ìròyìn tá a gbọ́ pé láti àsìkò yìí lọ kò sí ọjà títà lójú pópó mọ́, pé ìgbìmọ̀ àmúṣẹ́yà tó sì dóde ẹni tó wọ́n bábà wọ́n á gbé lọ sí ilé ẹjọ́. Kí ló pè fún orí ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn?
Tẹ́ bá wò dáadáa láti lè wá òfin wípé ká má tajà lójúnà pópó kì í ṣe òfin tó jẹ́ òfin tuntun, òfin tó ti wà tipẹ́tipẹ́ ni. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣe rí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀dá ènìyàn nígbà míì tí a bá tí kéka mọ́ wa àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kí a ṣe a kì í fẹ́ ṣe. Ìwé mímọ́ Al-Quran ó dẹ̀ sọ náà, ó ní onígbàgbé ni ọmọ ènìyàn, èyí ló bí ká máa ṣe wàásù
lójoojúmọ́.
Kì í ṣe pé kò sí wàásù kankan tó jẹ́ tuntun, ṣùgbọ́n láti fi máa rán wa létí lóòrèkóòrè láti rí i pé à ń ṣe àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ ká ṣe. Ojú ẹ̀ ni màá fi wo ìkéde tí a ṣe ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá lọ. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ rí látìgbà tí a ti ṣe tí a dẹ̀ ti mú ní òkúnkúndùn, tẹ́ bá lọ sí ọjà Àgbọ̀nà, tẹ́ bá lọ sí ọjà Owódé, àwọn méjèèjì yẹn pàápàá jùlọ ẹ rí i pé níṣe ni ọkọ̀ ń lọ bó ṣe tọ́
tí ó sì dìwọ́
àti bó ṣe yẹ, tí ò sí ìdíwọ́ kankan. Ní àná nígbà tí mo lọ sí Ọdẹ Òmu láti lọ bá àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kan ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ fi wérọ̀, mo ń sọ fún ẹni tí a jọ wà ní inú mọ́tò tàjọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní ọ́fíìsì gómìnà, mo ní ìjẹrin lèmi tó mọ̀ wípé bábu àyà kan wà ní ọjọ́ owó.
tọ́sọ̀ bí tọ́ lè ta tó tẹ́ǹtì wọn dé.
wọ́n lè tó tẹ́ǹtì wọn dé. mo ní láti bí ọdún 3 sẹ́yìn tèmi tí mo ti wà lọ́sùn tí mo wá ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú gómìnà, mi ò rí bábu àyà yẹn rí, ṣùgbọ́n láti bí ìjẹta báyìí, ìjẹta mo rí dáadáa, àná náà nígbà tí mo tún lọ mo rí dáadáa. Ìyẹn fi hàn wípé láti lè wá ní ìjọba ti ṣe àfihàn ibi táwọn tó ń tajà tí wọ́n lè dé. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣe mọ̀, mo dẹ̀ ń sọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ lédè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì, sẹ́yìn ká máa tajà lójú pópó kì í ṣe ìpínlẹ̀ wa nìkan ni àti wíwẹ̀ káàkiri ni. Mo pàápàá jùlọ nígbà tí mi wà ní Kaduna tí mo ń ṣe aṣojú fún iléèwé ìròyìn The Sun newspapers. Tí mo bá ń lọ bóyá Katsina ní àbí Zamfara ní àbí Zaria ní ìgbà míì a lè lò bí wákàtí 2 wákàtí 3
lójú ọ̀nà mi tí súnkẹrẹ gbàkẹrẹ wà.
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn wò pé bóyá táwọn ò bá tí ì wá sójú títì ọjà tẹ́ ń tà yẹn
àwọn èèyàn ní rí
kò dé dá gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ní àléébù tiẹ̀. Ọlọ́run jàre la burú. Ọkọ̀ míì ní bírèkì rẹ̀ lè dédé yàwọ́ tó bá dẹ̀ ti yàwọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn Ọlọ́run ní ṣe tiwa ní Ọlọ́run ní àníyàn lọ́jọ́ tẹ́bí bá ń pọ̀ nìkan bí ó sì rọ àwọn èso gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yìí náà làwọ̀ tàbí pé a ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti dáàbò bo àwọn èèyàn ìlú. Gbogbo àwọn iṣẹ́ tí a dẹ̀ ń ṣe lórí àwọn ọjà náà sẹ́mọ̀ àwa jẹ́ ìjọba kan tí a kì í kó gbogbo ọwọ́ sẹ́nu lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà nítorí pé kí ni a máa mú nǹkan létòlétò. Ní kété tí a dé làwa gan ti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ wípé àwọn ọjà wa kọ̀ọ̀kan yálà àwọn tó jóná ni o yálà àwọn tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó ni pé a ó rí pé a tún wọn ṣe débi tí ó tọ́ àti tó yẹ. Ọjà Àtàkùnmọ̀sà gbogbo wa la mọ̀ wípé ọdún 2015 ló jóná ṣùgbọ́n lẹ́nu gbàtà dé táwa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ̀ phase 1 rẹ̀ àti fẹ́ parí ẹ̀ péréte ló kù ká parí ẹ̀. Mo lè nígbàgbọ́ pé ní oṣù tó ń bọ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run ó yẹ ká ṣe títí oṣù kẹwàá ó yẹ ká ṣe
àwọn èèyàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lò ó
ká ṣe ìfilọ́lẹ̀ rẹ̀. Ọjà Dágbólu à ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́. Mo dẹ̀ nígbàgbọ́ gbàtà bá parí ọjà Dágbólu pàápàá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn tó ń kígbe páwọn ò rí ibi tajà ni wọ́n ò rí àyè láti tajà wọn.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan tẹ́ sọ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn olùtajà wọ̀nyí ló kú mọ ohun tó lè má ṣe dáadáa. Wọ́n kúkú mọ ibi tó lè wá tó bá ń tajà lójú pópó ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀pọ̀ wọn ló ń sọ pé kò sí àyè tó tó. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sọ tó ẹ sọ pé ọjà tí wọ́n kọ́ ṣe ní ọjà tó jóná ní Àtàkùnmọ̀sà wípé a ti ń ṣe bòmí. Kí ni ohun tẹ́ fẹ́ sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa pàápàá jùlọ àwọn tó ń tajà yìí pé àyè wà àyè sì máa wà torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn gbàgbọ́ pé kò sáyè.
Tẹ́ bá wo ẹ jẹ́ ká wo ti ọjà Owódé láti bí ọ̀sẹ̀ kan ta ní wọn gbọ́dọ̀ tajà lójú títì mọ́ wọ́n mọ̀ sí ń tajà ń bẹ̀ ń bu wa ni wọ́n ti ń tà.
Wọ́n ti sún sẹ́yìn.
Wọ́n sì ń tajà wọn. Ṣé rí ọ̀pọ̀ ọgbà kì í ṣe àyè ní òsì ọ̀pọ̀ ọgbà ló jẹ́ wípé wọ́n kàn wò wípé táwọn bá ti dúró sójú títì ọjà ò ní tà àwọn ò ní rọ́jà tà. Àwọn kan tá a dẹ̀ ń fi yé wọn ní pé kò síbi tí Ọlọ́run ò sí kò dẹ̀ síbi téèyàn wà tí ojú ò ti tó yàn. Àwọn ibi tí wọ́n bá ní kò sáàyè pẹ̀lú àwọn iṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ èmi nígbàgbọ́ pé àyè ó tó àtúnṣẹ́kù à ń rọ̀ wọ́n ni wípé ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìjọba torí tiwọn náà la ṣe ń ṣe ohun tí à ń ṣe. A ò fẹ́ kó jẹ́ wípé àwọn ọmọ gàfe àwọn tí ò ní kan ṣe tó jẹ́ pé wàhálà lọ́jọ́ ayé wọn wàhálà nìkan mọ̀ dákàkẹ́ àfẹ́kàn mọ̀ sápamọ́ sábẹ́ wípé èrò pọ̀ lójú títì a lè dá olùtajà mọ̀ yàtọ̀ sí àwọn ọmọ gàfe tó kàn fẹ́ dá wàhálà lẹ̀ ìlú lásán torí ẹ̀ la fi ṣe àwọn nǹkan tá à ń tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ rí ẹni bá lọ sówódé nìsín á rí i pé kò sí súnkẹrẹ fàkẹrẹ tá a máa ń rí.
Bápàdé mẹ́wọ̀n.
Pàápàá jùlọ lọ́jọ́ ọjà irú ẹ̀ ò wáyé mọ́.
Ọmọ gọ̀fẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ sọ yẹn ló máa mú mi béèrè ìbéèrè tó jẹ mọ́ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ 19 níbi tí àwọn kan ti ṣe kọlù sí àwọn tó kọ́ wọ́rìn pẹ̀lú ọ̀yà gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. A gbọ́ pé mọ́tò kan ló takú sójú ọ̀nà.
kì í ṣe pé mọ́tò takú tó bá jẹ́ pé mọ́tò takú ni àìmọye ṣùgbọ́n pẹ̀lú táwa rí ó dà pé wọ́n mọ̀ fọkọ̀ yẹn dí ojú ọ̀nà ni.
Wọ́n mọ̀
ni tó pé kí ni àwọn tó wà níbẹ̀ tó sọ fún wa àwọn kan ó dìgbà kankan wọ́n ní kí dábàá sùn kalẹ̀ sójú títì tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ rí kò dèwé tí wọ́n fi lé àwọn okò tán lẹ̀ dèwé tí wọ́n fi àdá sá àwọn elétò ààbò tó tẹ̀lé àwọn tó ń kọ́ wọn tí wọ́n fi ba ọkọ̀ ìyàwó gómìnà jẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ rí i pé kì í ṣe nǹkan tó jẹ́ wípé ó dédé ṣẹlẹ̀ n tó jẹ́ wípé àwọn kan ti jókòó wọ́n ti gbìmọ̀ràn bí wọ́n ṣe ṣe ni bọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe ṣàlàyé ẹjọ́ ti wà nílé ẹjọ́ wọ́n ti kó wọn lẹ́lé ẹjọ́ ẹjẹ́ á ní sùúrù ká wo tí àbájáde ọ̀rọ̀ jẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n mò ń fi àkókò mo fi ń tọ́ àwọn aráàlú létí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n pa tó àwọn kan ní dírẹ́bà yẹn gan ibi tí wọ́n nà dé. wọ́n ní wọ́n nà gan pé èmi fẹ́ bọ́ lẹ́nu ẹ̀. wọ́n ní ẹ̀mí fẹ́ bọ́ ni àwọn kan tẹ̀ ní ẹ̀mí bọ́ gbàtà dẹ̀ rán wọn létí pé só ṣeé ṣe kó jẹ́ pé ẹni tẹ́mi bọ́ lẹ́nu ẹ̀ kó tún wa ọkọ̀ tẹ́ bá lọ bèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọlọ́pàá. èmi ní màá béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín tẹ́ bá dé láàárọ̀ pé ẹni yẹn kó báyìí. ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn agbófinró. dírẹ́bà yẹn fún ara rẹ̀ òun ló wa ọkọ̀ yẹn kó ń bẹ̀. ẹni tí wọ́n ló kú wà ní tẹ́mi fẹ́ bọ́ lẹ́nu ẹ̀. òun ló wa ọkọ̀ yẹn kó ń bẹ̀. só ṣeé ṣe kí ẹni tí ẹ̀mí bọ́ lẹ́nu àbẹ́. àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ tó ń ṣe léṣe ń bo ni àwọn dé dúró báyìí. gbogbo wọn ni a ti tọ́jú ẹsẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ náà ni a ti kó wọn lọ sí ilé ìwòsàn tí ìjọba dẹ̀ ti fún wọn ní ìtọ́jú tó tọ́ àti tó péye. Joy ń béèrè lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé bóyá space ni ò tó ṣùgbọ́n mo fẹ́ mú láti Kírun ọjà Àlàmísì àwọn tó ń tajà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n ti wọ ojú ọ̀nà. ṣé gbogbo ọjà yẹn àtọjà Àlàmísì ní àti gbọ̀nà ní Owódé ṣẹ́kọ́nà gbogbo ẹ̀ la ní tá à ń sọ tí eléèbó ń pè ní reform tó jẹ́ pé a ti ṣètò ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n àwọn lẹ́yìn kọ̀ọ̀kan ìgbà tó bá dé tó bá kàn ẹ̀rìn tá a gbèsè lórí ẹ̀. kó tó di pé ìjọba ti yín dé ní Ayébájú ló ti dé ohun tá a sì gbọ́ngbà tán ní ó yá ọ ti parí iṣẹ́ bí ẹ wá máa gba ìsọ̀ ni pé bí èèyàn ò bá lẹ́ran léjìká dáadáa kò lè gba ìsọ̀ níbẹ̀ kó tó ń gbà sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ lágbára díẹ̀ ṣóṣì wà bẹ́ẹ̀. ṣe mọ̀ pé kì í ṣàwàlà ṣèyún. bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni mo sọ pé kẹ́ ẹ tó dé. kì í ṣàwàlà ṣèyún and àwọn iṣẹ́ tí ò bá ti jáwàlà ṣe tí ò jáde látọwọ́ wa èmi máa ń fẹ́ sá fún àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ mọ́ irú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ kó máa di pé kó máa dàbí pé bóyá èèyàn ń bu ẹnu àtẹ́ lu iṣẹ́ tí àwọn kan ti ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ tẹ́ bá wo ètò ìṣèjọba wa ní kété táwa dé níṣẹ́ la fàlà síbi tí iṣẹ́ wà tẹ́lẹ̀ tá a dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ tiwa ń tá a dẹ̀ ń ṣe òun náà la àwọn nǹkan tá a bá rí pé ó ní ìdí àtúnṣe àtúnṣe débi pé inú aráàlú ó dùn sí ìdí èyí ló fi fún wa láǹfààní láti tún àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tó ń bí aráàlú nínú nípa ìjọba tẹ́lẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé a ṣe débi pé inú aráàlú dùn gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn láì ní sọ̀rọ̀ síta á wo n ta lè ṣe sí láti rí i pé yóò móríyá fún ìjọba yóò dẹ̀ móríyá fún àwọn aráàlú.
ara rúbèrè kan bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́ dáńkẹ́ tó lọ òun náà ni ti ṣíṣí nípò àwọn ọjà kankan síwájú kẹ́ tó dé náà tó ní irú ọjà ìsọpákó lálẹ́pọ̀dù wọ́n ṣí wọn nípò lọ sọ́nà Ìwó àwọn yẹn ti lọ́bẹ̀ àwọn tó ń taṣu tẹ̀gẹ́ta gàrí wọ́n ní káwọn náà máa lọ awúṣúrú wọ́n ti ro ilẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ti ṣe bá bọ̀yà síbẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ní bá a dé ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí wọ́n ti lọ síbẹ̀ ìgbà ni wọ́n kọjá síbẹ̀ tálàáfíà wà ní.
wọ́n lè mọ́ tí ì lọ tán ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ bá dé ọjà aṣọ pákó yẹn pàápàá jùlọ ọjà Ajé tí tẹ́ bá débẹ̀ lénìí ẹ rí i pé ó ti kún ju bó ṣe wà tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ. bó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé gbogbo wọn ò tí ì wọ́n lọ sílẹ̀ tán àwọn ètò kọ̀ọ̀kan tá à ń ṣe ní ọjà Ajé à ń mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ sí ni láti ṣí ojú àwọn tó ń tajà síbẹ̀ láti rí i wípé àyè ń bẹ níbí láti tajà tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ tajà a dẹ̀ rí pé àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan wọ́n tuntun wọ́n ti ń papò bẹ̀rẹ̀ sẹ́rí nǹkan kan ni mo fẹ́ fi yé wa gbogbo alamọ bíjọba ológun ṣe rí àwọn apàṣẹ wà ní ntíjọba ológun ò rí ṣe bó ti jẹ́ pé wọ́n pàṣẹ wà ní gbogbo ọdún tí wọ́n lò tíjọba àná náà tó lò bí ọdún 8 tí wọ́n rí ṣe mi ò kò yẹ kí ẹ kó àpapà.
náà pé pàpà mọ́ra retí rẹ̀ náà ni.
kẹ́ni káwa ṣe láàrin ọdún 4 wọ́n tẹ bá rí àwọn ipa tí àwa ti kó láàrin ọdún 4 yìí mo nígbàgbọ́ wípé ó tuntun ju ibi tó wà tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ mo dẹ̀ nígbàgbọ́ pé nígbà tí a bá parí àwọn ètò tá a gbé lọ́wọ́ lórí bí àwọn ọjà yẹn ó ṣe dá sí àwọn èyí tá a tún ń kọ́ lọ́wọ́ bí bá ṣe parẹ́ mo nígbàgbọ́ pé gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tá à ń wò yìí gbogbo ẹ̀ ni ó di ohun ìgbàgbọ́.
So before you go finally this morning, I want you to use this opportunity again to please appeal to our people, to please manage the spaces provided for market and to make sure that...
When you say manage, you are suggesting that the space is not...
Okay, operate, use.
And that is not...
Let me use now.
God bless
use the spaces provided.
The spaces that have been provided.
Provided, okay.
You know, and try as much as possible to abide by the
rules and regulation
guiding the operation, of those markets, and to also let them know that whatever we are doing is for their own benefit, to safeguard their lives and even safeguard their property.
Okay. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà lé náà ni ẹ tún ti gbọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí lẹ́nu akọ̀wé ìròyìn fún gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun pé kò sí ọ̀kankan nínú àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ táwọn gbé tí kì í ṣe láti mú kí àlàáfíà kó wà ní ìgboro àti fún àwọn ènìyàn saving lives and property of people. How would you say that when you have your wares by the roadside, a vehicle runs into what you are selling, who pays you the benefits you expected therefore? So it's for your own good, it's for our good. Like he said, let's just continue to use all these spaces, and he has promised that as soon as there are opportunities to expand what we are having, there will be opportunities for this.
We are already reforming. We have a comprehensive reform agenda.
Okay.
It's just that we are taking them in phases.
One after the other.
Taking them one after the other.
You promised that of
all these markets were taken into consideration in drawing up the market plan.
Okay.
So it's just that we are taking them one.
I want you to harp on that of Dagbolu particularly now.
Dagbolu, work is going on Dagbolu as we speak. Don't forget that it was started by the previous administration. But beyond putting up, the signboard there was not much that was done. But we have gone further to clear. After clearing, we are in partnership with some private investors who are developing the place.
The area now.
We hope to have a dry seaport there. We hope to have a car mat there. And the intention is that rather than travel all the way to Lagos to clear, your vehicles, Osun will be the destination.
Oh. These are some of the things to expect, and I think what is expected of us is to collaborate, to cooperate with the government as event unfolds. Sir, on behalf of our Director General, I most appreciate you for coming on the program this morning. We thank you so much, and my producer has sent his greetings. And to my colleagues in the house, I say a very big thank you to you as well for being part of the show today. Joy.
Yeah, viewers, thank you so much for joining us today. And of course, we have to remember that it pays to be obedient. I mean, we don't want to face the sacrifices. Obedience, they say, is better than sacrifice. So please, let's do all the needful so that we don't go into the sacrifice and all. Thank you so much for joining us. I remain Joy Akinola.
Ola Oyeba is my name. Thanking our guest, Mr. Ismail Olupidan, the Chief Press Secretary to our Governor. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Bye-bye.